This has definitely been the most slow-paced Zooter I've ever done, which I was kind of expecting. We were really speeding through at first because there was all the pots and like so many easy checks, but then we hit a wall and now we're finally starting to get past that wall and seeing all these treasure chests on the mini-map down there makes me so happy. So much bounty. We're about to make it happen. And we can't do a whole lot because we need Zelda's Lullaby to lower the water in here, which is how we get to like half the sections and how we get to Dead Hand. But there's a lot of quick easy chests in here that we're just gonna smash through. Smash through. Speaking of Smash, did you guys know they made a Nickelodeon version of Smash Bros? I think it's called Nickelodeon All Stars, and wow, we just found the fairy bow. That is amazing. That's a huge find. Just like that. Yeah, so they released a game called Nickelodeon All Stars. It came out like 2 years ago, I want to say. And I paid for it. I bought it. I think I spent like $70 or $80 on everything. And then right when I bought it, they announced a second game was coming out and it's already out. And it costs another $80 straight up if you want to play that. And I'm like, excuse me, I just bought this game and you already like released a better version and now I have to like pay for a better version if I want to play like what the game is intended to be like. Kind of makes me realize how it's kind of a good thing that Nintendo releases Smash Bros games so far apart from each other, because then you really are getting a different experience when you buy the next one, and like justifies you spending all that money on the next Smash Bros game. But the fact that they just released like the next one after a couple years is like, excuse me? Why did I just buy this version if you were just gonna release a different version like the next year? Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of freestanding stuff down here, huh? We're almost to 50 skulltulas. Crazy. Bomb shoes. I'm gonna kill this guy. Don't even want to bother. Oh, isn't there like a board we have to fall on top of? Yeah, we have to fall on top of that board. Oh yeah, pot sanity as well. I gotta make sure I'm hitting all the pots in this place. How does this grass grow back so fast when there's no sunlight? What kind of black magic grass is this? Oh, there's the 4th Thieves Hideout key. We can go free the final carpenter now. That's nice. Whoa, this is a lot of pots. We just found the jackpot. Jackpot. It's differently when it's actually a pot. $49. Almost there. What is... I want to know why Navi gets green. For some reason, I honestly don't know why she gets green in these areas. And there it is. We have 50. So now every skulltula token after this is as useless as what's up there? Arrows, rupee, and what is that last thing? I can't tell. I think it's a skulltula token. So that means we don't have to drop down there to get it, but I'm still going to at some point. I think I know what hole that is. I think. Big bomb collection. So many places to fall. Wait, is there 3 holes? I think this is the really far room with the BMOS in it that's really hard to get through sometimes. Especially if you have to go through without the lens of truth. Which I have done. Wasn't easy. I'll take this, even though that is your grandfather's heirloom. But your grandfather was a broke bitch and only had 1 rupee, so You're not really missing out on much, are you now? Gotta love all the hands praising Quadsun down here. All praise Quadsun. That really is super creepy though. The creepiest. Yes, 2 red rupees and a skulltula token down there. I think I know what hole I have to fall down to get there. I think. I guess we can use just the context clues. Oh no, am I trapped? I don't have the rupees to get out of here. That's hilarious. Well, let's just reset, I guess. Oh, there's pots right here. Let's ran right past them. Piece of part. Ooh, treasure box shop. It's important to pay attention to what these keys go to. It really does matter. It matters quite a bit. I'm gonna go in here. I'm like enjoying blowing spiders up. It's really fun. Well, not like that. Explodes on contact. Broken Begoron sword. Okay, okay. I see you. I think there's pots in this room. I'm gonna go in here. Oh no, there's not. Do I need the... I need the boomerang for this room, dang it. Is there pots in this room over here? I think it's the pots that like attack me in this room. There's pots. Ah! Silver rupee for the boulder room in the spirit temple. Ow! Oh! Another fire temple key. I think we need 2 keys to actually do anything in that room though. Let's go ahead and just see what's inside these guys. Oh, silver rupee. Okay, we'll have to come back for that. I'm gonna go see what's inside the other one as well that I didn't open. Let's just make sure we're not falling down. And we don't want to. We'll fall down on our own terms, thank you. Keep going, baddie. What are they sitting on? Nothing? He just floating in midair? What the heck? How does that make sense? That was looking right at me. I just need to know. It's an egg. Egg. I love egg. It might just be this one. Oh. Go to hell, you monster. Okay, this is it. Whee! Oh, that was a lot of bloopies. Holy crap. There's a lot of checks up here. Dang. Okay, we got him though. Yeah, without Zelda's Lullaby, I don't think we can do anything else down here. So I think we're gonna go ahead and zap out. All right, now that we smell like raw sewage, let's... You guys know the painting Scream? Someone needs to paint a new version of that with Anju as the subject of the painting instead of the Scream person. I don't know who that's supposed to be a picture of. I guess somebody who left their laundry in the washing machine overnight and now it smells stinky and now they have to waste another whole load of laundry detergent and energy to rewash it. That's probably what the guy is freaked out about. Oh, this kid isn't gonna let us open the graves because it's daytime, but that's what's up. That's what's up. Sun song. All these bitches is my sons. Okay. This is beautiful. This dude named Robin on Twitter made a meme of the dad from Fairly Odd Parents getting all upset because he didn't have the song notes. He's like, and this is how I would play the Zelda's Lullaby if I had the notes. Oh, wait. Apparently I do not remember what grave I'm supposed to open up. Thank you, Grave, for finishing the job even though I let go. It maintained the momentum. Let's turn this guy into a cocoon. Speeder him up. Zip. Wait, I thought that was supposed to kill him. Are Redeads also weak on the back? It's interesting how different enemies have different hitboxes. Redeads like their back shots, you know how it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. At least I didn't say that floor masters like edging. Because they don't. They don't. We don't talk about that here on this channel. Oh, no, what has this channel devolved into? I guess it's evolved. Is there a word for something that's evolved and devolved at the same time? But they just cancel it out and then it's just a neutral? Might be considered like a chaotic neutral. That's how I consider myself. AttackingTucans is a chaotic neutral. Having Sunsong is the best thing ever, because now I'm not gonna have to waste so much time waiting. Because does it look like I'm trying to spend time with my own thoughts? I just describe myself as chaotic neutral. It's not always the most fun to hang out in the brain of a chaotic neutral person. These settings I selected really have us doing a crap load of backtracking. Hey, get down here, don't be wiggling. Hey, wait. Wait, does Slingshot not knock these down? What? I totally thought it did. Can I come in this grotto as Adult Link, or do I need the boomerang? Ah, dude, the boomerang's needed for so much. Lots of people in the comments keep on suggesting gold skulltulas for me to get. And most of them are skulltulas I cannot get until we get the boomerang. Because you have to be able to retrieve your prize. And even though the bunny hood is freaking awesome, it does not allow us to jump up in the air like a bunny to get the prize. Just makes us run fast like a bunny. They should have the Roadrunner mask to Zelda, so you can just me and go boom. That would also be a really fun next step for Zelda Randomizers, is mod in a bunch of new items that you could find that could just evolve your experience. Somebody please add the Roadrunner mask next. Beep, beep. So I believe up here, this circle of rocks is blocked by a megaton red rock as an adult, but as a kid, it's just bombable to get in. So that's pretty convenient. The question is, can we get anything down here? Oh, there is some pots. Muy fuego, señores and señoritas. Green rupee. I think that was a stick. Got a lot of little bugs scuffling. We'll kill this and see what's inside. I guess I can always kill the skulltulas to see what's inside them. Is there a reason to come back here? Why would you want to free the skulltula? I killed him at the same time. No freedom for you. Yeah, there's no purpose to this section back here. So weird. Alright, clicking our way back to Zora's River so we can make it rain again. There's an opening. You gotta get the hole wet. That's how they like it. They don't open up until they're wet. It's an analogy for something. I wouldn't know what it's an analogy for, but I'm sure it's an analogy for something. 3 rupees. Dang. Wait. Oh, that's all the silver rupees for the sunblock room. the sunblock room. I'm glad we got that SPF. The SPF Spirit Temple. These are some cheap items. Did we come into the Walmart Supercenter hole? Oh, there's the beehive. Bink. Is it possible to burn the beehives? That makes sense. Lots of the time whenever my dad would get rid of beehives back in Missouri, he would just take some spray stuff, like I don't even know what he sprayed, and he'd take a lighter and he would just torch those bad boys, and I would get terrified. Like, that was just the scariest. Wait, did I never come back and buy this? I must have not had enough rupees last time I did it and totally forgot. Well, it wasn't anything too important. It could have been, and I would have felt like such a doofenshmirtz, but fortunately we're good. Speaking of doofensmirches, we have yet to talk about the comment question of the days from some previous episodes. I mostly haven't had time because we've just been fast forwarding and jump cutting so much, which I could be doing right now, but I decided to finally just talk about it. But I talked about whether you guys wanted to have kids in the future. And this was a really interesting comment question of the day because it really made me realize all the different life scenarios that different viewers I have are in. Because we have some people who say that they're expecting to have kids. Like, we have some pregnant mommies watching. Aw. It's so, like, cool to think that there's some fetuses that are getting indoctrinated into the Attacking Tucans universe before they're even born. That's so fun. So weird to think about. It's like when moms put speakers playing orchestrated Mozart music on their stomachs so their kids can grow up to be smart and sophisticated as soon as possible. And I probably should have just came to these as an adult in general. That might be the move. We gotta go all the way to Hyrule Castle. Dang, what's the fastest way to do that? Then we had lots of people say that they don't want to have kids in general just because it's way too much responsibility. And there's so many video games out there to play. How can we be raising kids and playing the video games we went to at the same time? Although there is lots of people who did say that they want to have kids so they can introduce their favorite video games to their kids. Which does sound really nice to a certain degree, you know, getting your kids to like your favorite video games. But what if your kid's a rebel and doesn't like the video games you like and thinks that you're weird and old because you like to play Ocarina of Time and they just want to play Lego Fortnite? The pain. I'm sure lots of parents actually have to go through that. No, I don't want to play Donkey Kong Country. I want to play Roblox. We gotta get more of that money. The money, the rupees, the pesos, the money, the money. Oh, now it's gonna be so much easier to turn it into nighttime here. Let's go ahead and open up the treasure chest mini game again. We should be able to get in there. There were lots of people who said that they do want to have kids, but before you have kids, you have to find a life partner to have those kids with. Which, as we all know, way easier said than done. Life is complicated, and it's harder than ever to find people to settle down with. Ooh, okay, we have 2 extra keys for Fire Temple now. That is good. We should be able to make some good progress there. We're getting lots of stuff for Water Temple. I have the feeling that Water Temple might be coming sooner than we think. Also, I'm gonna go to the mask shop again, but I don't think we can actually buy stuff from the mask shop or do anything related to it until we find Zelda's letter. And I think that's also why we couldn't give the Keaton mask to the guard, is because we didn't have Zelda's letter. So I think that's kind of needed before we start doing anything related to the mask side quest. Let's pop in here. Yeah, nothing happening here. And let's just double check these 2 shops again real fast. I think this one might have been selling something. Oh no, I already bought everything here. Wow. I'm ahead of myself. This place too? Just double checking. And then if there go, oh, there's one thing here. How much? Oh dang, that's so expensive. I guess dude's gotta afford his crack deal somehow, right? It's an expensive drug. I wouldn't know, I've never bought it. There were quite a few comments that were in the same boat as me that want kids, but once they're financially stable, which I know it's possible to like have kids even when you're not financially stable. Like life finds a way to work itself out, and a lot of time if you have a kid, people will help support you because it takes a village. But even though it is possible to raise a kid without a lot of finances, it just, in my opinion, doesn't sound ideal. Like in my head, it makes more sense to focus on, you know, making money, really stabilizing yourself in the current world, because the world is like a video game, right? So you gotta find like your place in that video game first, and then once you've made it to that level, you can take on the next level, which is having a kid. Now, there's no point really in going to the next level unless you gotta have the kid for age reasons, because now that I think about it, it's not really that smart to have a kid once you start getting too old, because your body isn't going to genetically produce as healthy as a kid as when you're younger. There's also variables in that. It might also be healthier when you're older because you might have a healthier diet when you're older in comparison to somebody who's younger. So that's fun, right? There's so many variables in life. That's like the funny thing about the internet and people making like so many claims. So many claims are true, but there's multiple truths to things. So just because one thing is true doesn't mean that another thing can't be true that also contradicts that first thing. The world is so non-black and white, but then the media tries to make it seem black and white so it'll cause discourse. Okay, now that we have the fairy bow, let's come back and see if we can ace this archery game again. We better be able to. Yes, let's do it. There's also some comments saying that they don't want to have their own kids because they feel like it'd just be a better move to adopt kids. Which, yes, I definitely agree with that. Only thing that I think is bad about adopting kids is it's so expensive. So freaking expensive. It shouldn't be, but it is. Humbug. Freaking humbug. I would have rather got the 50 rupees from that. Like, dang. Oh. I just realized we have all the skulltulas needed to get the last prize. I can't wait to get screwed over again. I freaking called it. Didn't want to have to do it, but I'm gonna have to. Oh, sorry, old man. I didn't mean to bring you into this as well, but I guess you also gotta go. I wasted my magic on that, but it was worth it. It felt good. I had to get that out of my system. I'm so tired of being screwed over by those spider people. Ugh. So one thing I remember is, since we have long shot, we should be able to zap ourselves to this crate up here. This ghost doesn't bitch on us. He just bitched on us. Hey. You did it to yourself, bucko. Yeah, we can. We're up here. No, we're not! Ah! I love how the Poe laughed at me just to rub it in. Gotta love when an NPC makes fun of you. Can we go inside Dompe's shack? What if there's a pot in here? There's not. Just his diary. I'm waiting for you. He knew someone was gonna read his diary. He knew that people were snoopy. And he would be right. We are very snoopy. I'm Snoop Link. Dunna dunna dunna. It's the Link Man, the L-I-N-K. Let's double check the same shops again. Oh, yeah, there was something in here. Song of Time. Song of Time. 160 rupees. We can't afford it. But now we have something to save up for. We just gotta put some savings off to the side. And this is for treasure chest game. Okay, I totally like didn't even store these in my mental space last time I was here because I couldn't even hold the potential rupees to get them. But now that I can, it makes sense to keep all of that in mind. Because those treasure chest game keys lead to 2 chests each. Nothing to scoff at. The next common question I asked is if you could travel to any country, which country would you want to go to and why? First answer was Japan, which this is my answer. It's because of all the good video games, all the media, the pop culture, the food, the hiking spots. It's just truly a hot spot. And it just seems so much fun. Next answer was India because they like Eastern philosophy and they want to see the sacred places. And they have a keen liking towards Krishna, which I just learned about Krishna not too long ago from a lady sitting next to me on an airplane. We were just, got into conversation and she was like, have you heard of our Lord and Savior Krishna? And I told her no, I had never heard of Krishna. And so she goes on to explain Krishna, which if you guys haven't heard of Krishna, it's pretty much the Indian version of Jesus, like kind of same concept. There we go. And I went to Santa Monica not too long ago, and while I was in Santa Monica, there was a line of people playing instruments and worshiping Krishna and handing out books. Another treasure box shop one. And they gave me a Krishna Bible book thing. And I started reading a little bit of it, and it actually wasn't too bad. It seems like a very scientific approach towards spirituality, but like not in a Scientology type of way. Yeah, Krishna. That's another possible way to live. Next person wanted to visit Sweden so they could see the Swedish culture. And my heritage is Swedish. And I've been told that if you are Swedish, it's really good to go back and visit Sweden because you'll just feel like you fit in a way that you won't fit in anywhere else. And I thought that was interesting, but also I also thought about that and I'm like, I feel like that would apply to any heritage, right? Or any culture. Like if you're Spanish and you go back to Spain for your first time, or if you're French and you go back to France for your first time, you're probably gonna feel like you belong a little bit because it's literally where you came from to a certain degree. So like just applying that logic, yeah, I feel like I'd probably fit into Sweden pretty well. I really don't know much about Swedish culture at all, except they like little funny music and that they make really good pop music, which is one of the reasons I think that I desire to be a pop musician is because I'm Swedish. As I feel like there's probably a correlation there. And I also know about IKEA and meatballs. Okay, we have 2 things for this dude. Let's start off with the broken Vigoron sword. The broken knife is surely my work. I really want to repair it, but because of yesterday's eruption, my eyes are irritated. Oh, poor guy. Yeah. Silver rupee for the spinning scythe room. And then we also give him, I think he gets 3 items, right? He gets that, the eye drops, and the claim check. That sword is my finest work. Okie dokie. Artichoke. To choke me. Let's go toast ourselves for a moment. Now that we can wear. Should we just go ahead and do Fire Temple again? I can make it over here with long shot, right? I mean, I'm here, so I feel like I might as well. No, come on. What about with hover boots? That works. I love it.
Bring out the dancers, bring out the DJ, bring out the yaya. Do not forget it. Only plan to party all night, party all night, party all night. All we finna do is party all night.
Okay, I feel like something I should do to save myself a lot more time in the future. Let's throw down a good old Ferora's Wind. So we have a warp point to get right back up here. If we have to leave and come back, which we most likely will have to, because we still don't have enough keys to finish this temple. But we can get quite a few more checks here. Next answer we have is New Zealand, because of the pretty scenery. And apparently you can Airbnb out the Hobbit holes from Lord of the Rings, because they shot Lord of the Rings there and built the Hobbit holes, and you can live there if you want to. I would love to stay in a Hobbit hole for the night. Oh, I'm thinking of a different Hobbit hole. Oh, the house versions would be good too. Yeah. I also remember always wanting to visit New Zealand myself ever since watching the Rocket Power movie where they do the triathlon in New Zealand. I always thought that was so flippin' cool. Dude, get that to my face with that goopy shit. Next comment said they wanted to visit Canada so they could see their girlfriend. And that's a great answer. That's a very wholesome answer. And I'll go into a place to visit somebody that you already know. Which nowadays, because of the internet, we have more international friends than any other generation in existence, which is crazy to think about, but also super amazing. And then back to the conversation I was having earlier about Sweden. Oh my gosh. About Sweden and reconnecting with culture. Somebody wants to visit Nocturne of Shadow. Nocturne of Shadow. Locked door. We can do Shadow Temple now. We can do Shadow Temple now. That's gonna be so fun. Ooh, let's go ahead and mark it. What we're supposed to do. Oh. And a recovery heart over here. Nice. But yeah, this commenter wants to visit El Salvador to learn about their family's culture and their history. Which, because I love that. Just reconnecting with your ancestors. You know, it's like the Avatar and reconnecting with your past lives so you can learn about how to be a better avatar. It's kind of the same concept, right? I would imagine so. Woo. All right, I have a comment question for today. What video game coming out in 2024 are you most excited about? This could be a game that we know is coming for sure, or what's a game that we think might be coming out this year that you're excited about that hasn't gotten like full confirmation, but it's like probably pretty obvious is coming. You can also kind of get into your imagination on this one. But yeah, we're in 2024 now, which is so wild to think about. And I'm hoping that this is a fantastic year for all of us, because the past few years have been kind of weird and wonky, and we all deserve to have just a nice, a really just good year. You know what I'm saying? A year without no bullshit. But this is also an election year, I think, for America, so that's gonna be a pain in the ass, obviously. I'm not excited for that news cycle. I'm gonna try to avoid it as much as possible because I just don't have the capacity for it right now, if I'm being completely honest. I just have the capacity to make art, money, and to make my loved ones happy. And that's kind of where I'm at. This guy's gonna hurt his knees trying to get out of here. Oh, bye. And this is gonna be the last treasure chest of the episode. Let's see what it is. Well, thumbs up.